Hey everyone, Doug Lorcana back here with another tier list video for Reign of Jafar. This time we're covering Sapphire. Only one more after this. A few good cards in Sapphire. Let's go through them. First card is Pouncing Practice, 2-cost action. Chosen character gets -2 strength this turn. Chosen character of yours gains evasive this turn. The evasive isn't until the start of your next turn. I think that's relevant. And also it's just an action, not a song. And because of those two things, I don't think it's very good. It's definitely good in niche situations. It's good at killing evasives to get rid of evasives, but I'm going to put it in D tier. Next we have Go-Go Tamago, 1/3, 2-cost inkable. Hero and Inventor, 1 lore. When you play a Floodborn character on this card, you may put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exert it. So this could replace Sail in a blue-green Floodborn based deck. So you'll have T-Bow and Go-Go as your turn 2, and then you can shift in Baymax on either of them. That way you get ramp either way. Actually wait, Baymax is a shift 4, so this doesn't even work with Go-Go. So yeah, I'm not huge on this. Yes, it obviously works with the blue-green Go-Go, which we talked about in a previous video, but I don't think it's I think because the other Bogos has potential, this also belongs there. And they could always add more Floodborns to Go-Go. But for now, I don't think it's probably going to see play, but there's a little bit of potential there. Next we have, I forget his name, but whatever the original language is Geppetto. He's a 5-cost inkable, 4/4 for 2 lore. Those are pretty strong stats as long as the effect is good. Whenever this character quests, you can discard any number of item cards. You gain 1 lore each item card discarded this way. So you're discarding cards. What's interesting with this is you work this with Tamatoa, Happy as a Clam. You can take those item cards back. I think it's a little too aggro, but the cost and lore is decent. I think because of that, it might go into the has potential category, because like if an aggro deck comes out with, let's say, Lumiere here, or like this guy with Happy as a Clam, it could work. Moving on, we have Atlantean Crystal. It's an item, 2-cost, inkable. Exert and pay 2. Chosen character gains resist 2 and support until the start of your next turn. The resist 2 is very relevant. I think just the cost of the effect coming into play, though, might be a little too much. But I do think this is still a good card. I'm going to put it in the has potential category because there's a blue steel deck going around that relies on seeing Bell turn 1 or turn 2, and this could be relevant in that deck because it's a 2-cost item that you can banish. And the reason you play it, that you want that Bell on turn 1 or turn 2 is because turn 3 you play Odie, turn 3 you play Odie and have Bell sing a song because she can sing costs 3 songs because she technically costs 3. So this allows for that, and it's honestly a decent effect. So I think it's playable. Moving on with Miss Potts, 3-cost inkable character, 2/4, 1 lore. Exert to banish one of your items, draw a card. Not very good. It's much better than Monsieur Dark from last set, but still not super good. I'm going to put it in the D tier. It's a solid limited card, though, I think. A 2/4. That's almost vanilla. 1 strength less. Wish it was a 3/3. If it was a 3/3, then it probably would go into B tier. B tier or C tier. Next we have Stitch. I've been seeing a lot of people hating on this card online. I think people are kind of overlooking the strength of him, though. You play him in like a whole new world decks. You play him in like a dock aggro deck, like Blue Steel Kiwi Birds deck. You can discard him with those cards, and once your hand is empty, you can start throwing these 3/3/2 lore bodies on the board. Who cares if they have ink? They might have already expunged all their removal. I think this card is going to see play, and it's going to go into A tier. It's not meta defining, but I think it's going to see play. People also, I could see it playing in being played in wheel decks. Yeah, I think it's a good card. Next, we have one of my favorite cards of the set. 6-cost Uninkable Song, down in New Orleans. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You can reveal a character, item, or location with cost 6 or less and play it for free. This is pretty fun. I'm kind of hoping someone can break this card. I think it's got some very powerful cards that it could work with. I instantly think Happy as a Clam. People also think Prince Naveen and Amber Sapphire, but Amber Sapphire isn't quite there yet. You can play it with like Perdita. She can be played for free. What other 6 costs do we have from this set alone that are playable or better? Raya in a green-blue. There's just a lot of really cool situations this could pop off, but it's definitely one of the cards that have potential. I just really like it. I could really see it moving up to like A tier and maybe even S tier if someone can break it, and I definitely believe it can be broken. I just haven't done too much research into it. Next we have Ana, 3-cost, inkable 2/2 lore. With the effect, when you play this character, you have a character named Elsa in play. You can put the top card of your deck into your inkwell face down and exerted. So you need a 2-cost on Elsa in this. Do we have one this set? I don't think so, but I think we got one last set. But regardless, it's just way too conditional. I mean, it's a good card to have, like if you're playing Blurple aggro. But I think its effect is a little too hard to pull off consistently compared to Tipo or Sail. Next we have Anita Radcliffe. When you play this character, you can choose a puppy character and give it +1 toughness until the start of your next turn. Start of your next turn is very relevant. So if you have Canine Crunchies, a puppy, and then you play Anita, that card, that puppy's a 2/5, so it dodges Fox, which is pretty relevant. It's got potential in a puppy deck. It's got the good stat line, right? Like I said earlier about Miss Potts, 3/3 is always relevant, and giving your puppy an extra toughness until the start of your next turn is relevant. Actually, wait. Never mind. It's not very relevant at all. This isn't... I just wasn't thinking, because you deal the 4 into the puppy, and the puppy just dies at the start of your next turn because it loses a toughness. I take it back. If it was strength, then yes. I might have to check on the translation of this. If this is strength, this goes into C tier. If not, it's D tier. Because strength, making your puppy a 3/3 is strong. Next we have television set, 3-cost inkable item. Another puppy card. Exert this, pay 1 ink. Look at the top card of your deck. If it's a puppy character, you may reveal it, put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it on the bottom of your deck. The annoying part about this is usually you want your puppy characters in your opening hand. Yes, it's a draw engine, but you're throwing your good cards to the bottom. The way the puppy deck is formed, or like built, is you have your really strong puppies. Sorry, you have puppies, and then you have a trillion cards that work around puppies that make the deck strong. The puppies don't make the deck strong. So you just need your 2-drop and 1-drop puppy with your new, where is it? Your patch, for example. And you build around those, and you want those out early. I don't think this is good because of that. Like, you're drawing more puppies, good for you, but that means you're also, if you see for example, if you see Perdita, that gets thrown to the bottom of your deck, which isn't ideal. Next, we have a little sister, 1-cost, 1/2. When you play her, you can remove a damage from chosen character. I'm not a big fan of 1/2s, unless they have, for example, Magic Broom draw card, or Cinderella, or Captain Hook. They need to have a powerful enough effect for the 1 strength to be worth it. So, not a big fan of her. Next, we have Arthur. This is a really good card. 4-cost, inkable, 6/6, 3 lore. Holy moly, what a stat line. And then we have skip your turn's draw step as the payoff, or I guess the drawback for these crazy stats. But Arthur has a brilliant shift target, right? So you can shift in the legendary Arthur from, I think it's Shimmering Skies, right on curve the turn after you play this Arthur. So you can ramp to Arthur. You just lose one draw basically by doing that. But he quests for 3 is a 6/6. That's kind of nasty. I'm saying this card is gonna see play. He's really good. The draw step being skipped isn't ideal, but you have access to a whole new world in that color combo. Next, we have Sir Pellinor, a 1/4/3 cost inkable. When this character quests, your other characters gain support this turn. So this is like Alice Growing Girl, but worse. And Alice Growing Girl doesn't see play. I think Alice Growing Girl is fine. I think she would actually go into B tier, but this card is just worse than that. Yeah, it's not ideal. Next, we have Belle's Favorite Book, 3 cost uninkable. Exert, banish one of your other items. Put the top card of your deck into your inkwell, face down and exerted. This is relevant. Good with Happy as a clan. But it's ramping one of your items. You can do it the turn you play it. So you can just drop random crappy items like Shield of Arendelle and Last Cannon, just to play things like Belle or Scrooge for free. And then once you get those characters, Belle vanishes the item, but I don't know. I think there's potential here with this card. I think the fact that it's uninkable makes it a lot worse, but it could be an item deck Fishbone Quill, right? I wish it could choose itself. Then it would be good. Next we have Rockfort, 2 cost inkable, 2/2. When this character quests, you can put chosen item into its player's inkwell, face down and exerted. If it was on play, he would be good. If this was on play, this card would be in B tier, maybe even A tier, but it's not on play. So I'm going to put it down here, because at this point I'd rather just play Hideaway. Yes, you get the body, and 2/2 is a decent stat line. It's good that it's not like a 1, actually a 1/3 would have been nice too. I'm just glad it's not like a, 2/1 or a 1/2. It's got good stats, but yeah, it's the fact that you have to wait a turn and it can get stormed or strengthed by a Cinderella isn't ideal. Next we have the 6 cost inkable song, Heads Held High, Sing Together 6. Remove up to 3 damage from any number of chosen characters. All opposing characters get -3 strength this turn. This card is very good. This just turns Kita Under the Sea and gives it to red-blue without needing to go item deck. This is DKP Kita Under the Sea, basically. It's a very powerful card. This card will see play. I'm not quite sure just yet on if it's meta defining or not, but the fact that you can sing this with your Maui Shark, then play Sisu to banish their entire board, because what's not getting hit by this? 6 cost is the threshold that doesn't get hit by Heads Held High into Sisu. You also don't need Maui Shark. You could have Maui Hero all plus Tipo on board. You could have just Madame Medusa on board. You could have Grammatala and Tipo. This is a very, very strong card. I think it's super good. It's just the issue that DKP sees. I'm not sure if this will see play in the item deck because they already have Sapphire Coil. But in DKP, this is where it would be played. The issue is drawing, right? Putting this in your deck means you would have to take out something else, and the list is already pretty tight. So that's why I've only got an A tier, but it could very well go into S tier. It's a really good card. Next we have Wasabi, Always Prepared, 3/5, 5 cost inkable, quests for 2 with support. Once again, support doesn't get good cards, unfortunately. This goes right into D tier, unfortunately. He's a 3/5 2 lore. We need more supports with evasive. Oops, I did not mean to make that small. Next we have Nani, Heist Mastermind, 3/3, 4-cost inkable, quest for 1. Exert this character, another chosen character gains resist 2 this turn. Also, your character's name Lilo gains support. So what's super good about this card, in a blue-yellow deck, blue-yellow's getting some gas this set, I guess, with the, we saw it with, where is it, the potential card, down in New Orleans, Prince Naveen can play it, to play another Prince Naveen or something. Nani works with the David card from a few sets ago. When you have a nanny character in play, he gains +2 lore. He's a 3/3 for 3 with 1 lore, and he can quest for 3 if you have a Nani in play. And this is the curve. This is the on-curve Nani for that David. That's why I'm going to throw it into has potential. Also, just the fact that you give resist 2 by exerting her is solid as well. So, like, it's not like it's a dead card just including it for the combo. You don't want to put it into a deck that doesn't run David, but yeah. Next we have Olaf, 2/1, 1 cost. I love to see that. What's the effect? When you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -1 strength this turn. So this is one of those late game character cards. You can play him turn 1 because he can swing for 2. Worst case, you also just get a character on board. My issue is I'd rather play something else. Like, it's if you need it in a pinch, it's inkable version of Ice Block on a character, but it only has a one-time use, unlike Ice Block. It's a playable card. I'm going to put it into playable. I don't think it's going to see play, though. Yeah, like, DKP is kind of where I'm looking if I'm running Sisu's. But yeah, not huge on it. It's probably D tier, but because I'm going to give Ravensburger this one because it's a 1-cost 2/1. Like, the stats are, this is good, and as long as the effect's okay, the effect's okay. It can be played. Next we have Adelaide Bonfamie. It's a 2-cost inkable 2/3. That's vanilla stats. Solid, just vanilla. Goes into D tier because it's vanilla. It's the ideal vanilla stats for a 2-cost, though, I think. Maybe a 3/2 is better. Next we have Aladdin Vigilant Guard, a 1/9. That's beefy. 6-cost inkable, quest for 1, bodyguard. When one of your ally characters quests, you may remove up to 2 damage from this character. It just dies. It just gets ran over by things. I don't think this card's playable, honestly. Like, in limited, sure, it could be super good, but yeah, not a core constructed card. Next we have Jasmine, 1/2. When you play this character, you may give another chosen character resist 1 until the start of your next turn. Kind of similar to Olaf here. Worse stat line, 1/2, than Olaf. And also her effect doesn't work with Ruby as well, but it works with challenging things, which is nice. She also has a shift target, which we'll also read right now. 4-cost inkable 2/5. Shifts for 2, so turn 1, turn 2. That's very nice. Whenever this character quests, look at the top 3 cards of your deck. You can reveal an ally character, put it in your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So yeah, this is a turn 2 play with a draw, a 2/5, decent stat line. It's good. She can also resist herself, so it gets almost guaranteed. What can kill her on turn 2 on the draw? Nothing, I don't think. Like, you would have to fire the cannons plus storm. No, you can't fire the cannons because there's just one. But boom, storm with Cindy. Like, that's the way you kill this on curve. I think these two are playable combined. I don't know what deck they currently get played in, but yeah, it's definitely playable combo. Next we have Bernard, 2-cost uninkable 2/2. When you play this character, if you have an ally character in play, you may draw a card. This is just a draw. It's Maleficent Sorceress, but costs 1 less, but it's uninkable. And there's a lot of uninkables in Blue Steel. I think he's playable though, because it says draw a card. And the stats are decent. It's not a 1/2. It can do a bit of punch, and it has an on-play effect draw, which is solid. Maybe Blue Steel allies can be something this set. Probably not, but maybe. Next we have 4-cost inkable 3/6 1 lore. Vanilla. Throw her down there. And we have Jumba Jokiba, 2 lore, 1/6, 4 cost, another vanilla, and finally, last card of Sapphire for the set, Radigan, Greedy Genius, 6/7, quest for 4, 8 cost inkable with ward, and at the end of your turn, if you didn't put any cards into your inkwell this turn, banish this character. So as a top deck, if you have nothing in your hand already, he's gonna die. So you gotta wait a turn. I think this card's A tier, and the reason why is, in my opinion, he's gonna power creep the aerial from Sapphire, the ward one. It's a little easier to activate than aerial. You get 1 less payoff, but he's inkable, and that's the key part. Blue Steel is known for not having a lot of uninkable space, and Radigan just makes it so that you can play him without worrying about your aerial. He's going to take the place of Gontus as well, I think, unless you're playing in Kiwi. Kiwi, you're not getting to 8 ink. So yeah, he's a solid card. Not S tier, because I'm not sure he's going to be super meta defining. Maybe though. I think he's probably the best of these. Honestly, I'd put it in this kind of order. These 3 all have the potential to go to S tier and be meta defining, but I don't think they're as good as any of these cards, honestly. Maybe Radigan. Maybe Radigan goes up there, because he's definitely going to see play, and he's going to be in meta decks. So yeah, I'll put him in meta defining. It's kind of a stretch though, putting him up there. But yeah, let me know what you think about the Sapphire cards for this set. Comment your opinions. I would love to have a discussion with you guys about the cards. Point out anything I overlooked. As always, I'm only human. There's going to be things I miss out. Yeah, thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.